if you don't have competition, no matter what you have, whether it's private monopoly or public monopoly, the consumer will suffer eventually.
What do you see?
But if you have competition, that is the best way to protect the consumer.
So what do you see happening when Dangote refinery comes on stream?
When it comes on stream, first of all, Dangote refinery is in a free trade zone. It's an export zone. So that is one. Secondly, the government cannot dictate price to Dangote because it's a private investment. He has the option of selling to the domestic economy. He has the option of exporting the refined
So
products.
if he can sell at 145 naira per liter,
he will export it. And those who are going to bring vessels from all sorts of places, if you have a choice, since Dangote is closer, you go and buy as an import.
And since it's in a free trade zone.
It's in a free trade zone, so you take it as an export.
So if that,
that is the model.
How do we balance that equation? If we should get to that point where Dangote says that this is not profitable selling at 145 naira per liter because of the cap the government has put, and is going to Benin Republic to sell it,
Why
or
not?
going to Ghana.
Why not? It's his business.
That means we're going to be in the same old problem that we are.
Of course. Of course.
Balance the equation for us. What do we do now? Because we have to get those 6 refineries that we have. We have to get them working. Because if we don't get them working, our children and our children's children will suffer. If the government cannot handle this, what do we do next? Do they hands off? Somebody's got to do something.
Government should hands off of these refineries. But the problem is that that platform is a major platform for patronage.
Which platform?
The platform of oil and gas refineries, PPMC, petroleum allocation, petroleum subsidy, equalization fund is a huge platform for patronage. That is why there is this reluctance to bring about this kind of reform. You know the way things were with NITEL, how people were feeding fat with NITEL when we had the NITEL structure. When we brought in other players, did NITEL not die naturally? They gave them the GSM license. Were they able to function with it?
Should we be optimistic? Because, I mean, given the president's stance on fight against corruption, and he's the minister in charge of that sector.
You see, that could also be an issue. Because that space also has some governance issues. Now, who exactly is in charge? Now, the Senate is talking about probing what is happening and all of that. Are you going to invite the president to come and appear before the Senate to answer questions on what is happening on fuel shortage? Because he's the minister.
Shouldn't he come?
Well, that is how politically feasible is that? So there's also an issue with the structure of governance in that space. It is better to have a substantive minister that you can hold wholly accountable for what is happening in that sector.
Do you think that sector is being mismanaged?
You have the GMD, who appears to be reporting to the president. You have the Minister of State. You know, sometimes you have the Chief of Staff. So you don't really know.
That. Is it a question of mismanagement, really, for the NNPC?
Well, I won't say mismanagement, but there is serious inefficiency. And it's something that is typical of a government parastatal. And when you have something as strategic as oil and gas, and you leave that to the bureaucrats to be managing, to be doing all sorts of things, you are going to have this kind of problems.
Do you think that the president will reshuffle it, although he says that he's slow to make changes?
Reshuffle what?
To reshuffle the NNPC.
Well, it's not a question of reshuffling the NNPC. It's a question of revisiting the entire model. We have to disconnect the NNPC from government. It has to be a private enterprise competing with other private enterprises so that we have a competitive environment. That is where we can have peace, and that is when we can have the benefit of what we should have. Because what are we going to leave for posterity? Now we are having windfall from oil price. We are throwing everything into subsidy. We are throwing everything into equalization.
Let's take it from that point on. Return in a moment.
Okay.
Join us again. Welcome back to Sunrise City. I'm just wondering because, I mean, I can't believe, first of all, that we understand we have to wait 18 months to get a solution to this. I don't know which country runs like that, but now that if they say we have to wait until Dangote refinery comes on stream, and if landing cost is 171, they're selling at 175, nobody's saying whether or not they're paying subsidy, even though people can do the math. So if it's not favorable for him, the option is what? They have to pay him subsidy to sell at that price?
You see, first of all, the refinery is in a free trade zone. And when you are taking something from a free trade zone to the domestic economy, it's like you are importing from that zone into, because there are different economies, as it were. So if the international price is, say, whatever it is, you can tell you, well, this is my price. And because the refinery is closer, you can save on the cost of freight and take it to Nigeria. Because, I mean, the NNPC give contracts to all sorts of people to go and bring in the fuel. Rather than go far, you can buy very close. Simple. So that is the main advantage. Of course, if he likes, he can try to be a bit nationalistic and say, okay, I'm giving concessions here and there. But first and foremost, it is a business. It's a business. And the primary purpose of any business is profit. So the only way to ensure that we have some sanity in this space is to have a pricing policy that will allow other players to set up refineries in the country. And as I said earlier, the best way to protect the consumer is to introduce competition.
The
we have seen it with the DSM, we've seen it in many other places. Where there is no competition, we'll be in a crisis. All
right, we'll anchor that point. Mr. Muda Yusuf is DG of Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry. Thank you for coming on this morning.
Thank you very much.
And that's the show as well today. We hope you have a very good week. Okay, well, a good day, first of all. Yeah. Before the week. I'm Chamberlain Uso.
Thank you for watching. I'm Gimba Umaru.
I'm Neo Taibe. I do hope you're able to get fuel good and in time, too.
Do you have any?
I don't know if Mark and Adri have.
Abuja is better. They say they have. Mark said they've got good ones. So
yes, easing up somewhat. It's easing up. You know, well, you never can tell. We hope that it stays that way, at least as the week progresses. Well, thank you for watching. I'm Maokbe Ogun at Yusuf.
I'm Majuri Ngalale, and as always, I'm wishing you a wonderful day.